Well, greetings, BeamNG enjoyers, and yesterday was the day of a new update. Well, sorry I'm late. I had a lot to do. Anyways, let's launch BeamNG.drive and take a look at BeamNG 0.38. Yeah, with each update, they're always adding in new content, and it's always a banger of an update. Well, aside from a few updates where they have off-road oriented vehicles. Anyways, let's take a look at it. See what this update offers. Let's go into free roam and select the East Coast USA map. Yeah, it's like Sawmill. Oh, and look. There's a new thing with the game. You can actually select which vehicle to choose before you go into free roam. Yeah. So, we can select our vehicle, and you even got categories of each vehicle. Cars and trucks, heavy machinery, trailers, props. Well, props aren't vehicle, but you get the idea. So yeah, well, this category did exist before. I've never seen it for the separate vehicles in the game. And this is because, for the new update, we have the Hirochi HT-55 and the Hirochi WL-40. Two new construction vehicles. And yeah, let's do the standard, and you got a lot of configs. Chassis cab, standard, loaded, marble quarry spec, marble quarry loaded, car crusher, rough terrain package, stairway package, and chateau. Yeah, and you can even adjust the traffic. Let's do normal traffic. And it even has a day and night cycle. So yeah, they completely overhauled the UI here. Yeah, you could actually select it to be disabled, slow, normal, or fast. Yeah, time of day, default, sunrise, morning, early noon, noon, late noon, afternoon, evening, sunset, and night. So yeah, there's a lot of options. And yeah, for those of you that want to select their own vehicle before they go into free roam, you have that option. So yeah, they completely overhauled the UI again. Yeah. It's also got some new missions related to the vehicles themselves. So I'm gonna try out the heavy dumper first. Yeah, before then you always had to select your vehicle after you selected free roam, but now you can select each vehicle you want within free roam, which is really cool. Because selecting the vehicle within free roam kind of meant that you had to wait for the vehicle to load in and then hopefully select the vehicle you actually wanted. But now you can actually select the vehicle you want before you go into free roam. Here we go. It's a dump truck. Doesn't have very good braking or handling, but it's what you expect because it's a mining truck. Oh man! Yeah, can you see the interior? Yep, you can. Yeah, I never see the interior of a mining truck. Yeah, this truck is meant for hauling rocks from a quarry. And yeah, the interior is very nicely detailed. Like I said, I've never been inside a mining truck. So it's my first time to see what it's like inside. Yeah. It can be used to crush cars. Just be wary that it is hard to navigate with it because it's so massive. Yeah, it takes up 2 lanes. And it's very slow. Ooh, yeah. Crushed. Yeah, sometimes vehicles can get stuck under the tires. But if you want to cause mayhem with a mining truck, there you go. Although, this thing was meant for the rock quarry scenarios. Let's see what options it has. Alrighty, tuning. Yeah, it has a 20.4 liter inline 6, a massive engine, which actually makes sense considering that Mining trucks do have really big engines. And yeah, it just has the stock ECU. But you can adjust stuff like front tire pressure, rear tire pressure. Anyways, let's look at the other vehicle that's there. The mining truck. I mean, the front loader. Because this update has a lot to unpack. Oh, it even has a log sorting grapple config. Not as many configs as the dump truck, but still plenty for what it is. Let's select the buckets. You might be wondering about the functions of each vehicle. Well, let's see how to operate the machinery. Controls. Auxiliary hydra. Alright. Buckets. Lift arm access. Oh, look at there. That is so cool. And yeah, you can use button combinations just in case if you're not near the keyboard, which is cool. So yeah, they made these controls centered around the controller itself. Real cool if you ask me. Here we go. Time to use this bucket arm to cause some mayhem. Ha ha ha. Look at that. Time to move this car out of the way. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So satisfying. Yeah, I see these more in construction sites because these are more common, as opposed to the mining trucks, which are only ever seen in the city construction sites. Because these are stuff that people actually need with construction sites. Yeah. That's so cool. Hoping they add a bulldozer in future updates. What about the dumper, you might ask? Well, let's test out the functions of that vehicle. So we're gonna put some stuff in it. Gotta replace the current. And yeah, the dump bed works, in case if you haven't known already. So yeah, let's try and put some stuff in it, like the rocks. Because these trucks carry rocks. Yeah, so we're gonna get 3 large rocks in there. And yeah, the key combination of FN and F11 doesn't work. Oh wait. Oops. This might take a while. So yeah, I decided on getting a preloaded config to demonstrate. Since it took a while to situate the rocks in the dump bed. Anyways. Let's demonstrate. So in order to get the dump bed, you have to hit RB, which is the top trigger button, or the key binding, and hit down to get the dump bed down. And once you do that, the stuff will fall out. Watch it go. And there we go. That's how you do it. So in order to demonstrate the logger, we're going to do it with a car. I'm going to show you how it works, because there's a lot to it. Alrighty, so here's how to do it. First, you want to get into the position of the vehicle. And yeah, this is a configuration meant for picking up logs. But here, we're going to pick up a car. You would usually use the forklift style loader for it, since it makes the most sense. Anyways, you want to go into neutral. And then, of course, if you want to activate that thing, use the left trigger button. And then put down the arm, the control arm, and then go to the car and grab it. Here we go. Here's it. Sometimes the car will go off center. Yeah. You can use it to crush that car. Now, this is a proper junkyard loader. Yeah, and if you want to lift up the car, all you have to do is lift it up, and there you go. Yeah, you now lifted up the car itself. But this thing is meant for carrying logs. Let's drop it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's replace it with logs. Alright, vehicles. Logs. It's the first time that the logs have ever been featured. So you want to carry the logs. Same process. Try to get the loader situated near the logs. Here we go. Put it in neutral. Put it in reverse because we backed up too much. Well, we went too far to the logs. There we go. About to grab the logs. There we go. Got the logs. Now, gotta get it up. And there you go, that's how you do it. That's how you lift up the logs. Look at there. I'm a log master. Next thing, we need a logging truck to put them on. So, we're gonna spawn in a Gavril T-Series logger. Yeah. Have to make sure we unload the other logs first. Or we could select the flatbed. So if you want to put the logs on there, all you have to do is go up to the truck. And make sure the logs are situated. This is just an example of how to deal with the logs. Yeah, that truck might be a little too small, or way too small for the intended purpose. Well, our intended purpose. So we're gonna spawn in a Gavril T-Series that could actually carry the logs. Alrighty. Now we gotta spawn in a trailer. Yeah, I'm gonna do an empty log trailer. So, your job is to get the logs on the trailer. Yeah, so you attach the trailer as you would. Yeah, so you hit the L key to attach the trailer. Just be careful. Go too close and you jackknife. Now, we have to put the truck in park. So, next thing you want to do is to get the logger truck. Well, to get the logger loader to the truck itself. Here we go. So you want to carefully get them on there. Make sure you don't cause too much damage to the logger trailer. And there you go. Got your logs on there. Even though we didn't do a very good job in trying to get the logs on the trailer. So it is going to be very challenging to try to get those logs on the trailer. You just have to be careful not to put them on there at the wrong time like I did. So yeah, there's a lot of steps to try to get the logs on the trailer. But anyways, it's time to see what missions that this game has to offer. Selected forklift quality as all one new feature that's added in the world editor is the audio ribbon editor, aka the dynamic audio emitter editor. And what you do here is try to get a dynamic audio range, and there you go. So yeah, it's a new feature that's added in the world editor, although not nearly as fun as the building creator in my opinion. But first, let's try a little experiment. Can we get this dumper to 200 miles per hour with the Jetto? Well, I removed any and all unnecessary weight. Yes, even the brakes. And I still have the step bumper because that can't be removed for some reason. Anyways, let's test out this bad boy and see how fast it is. Here we go. Yeah, I did rocket sleds and speedruns before until someone beat me in the world record attempts, and no, I'm not concerned because I respect anyone that does the attempts, and they've worked really hard on them, so I'm kind of fair. Yeah, unfortunately, can't go any higher than 195 miles per hour, but still pretty fast for a dumper, I might say. Anyways, let's close the video here. Here are my final thoughts on the update itself. Just wait for the game to load. And yeah, I might do a similar video to Muye where I attempt to beat the missions in the game itself, because these missions are hard. Yeah, they're really hard. And trying to beat them is pure luck. Because every mission added in the game represents a challenge for anyone. Yeah, the challenge is the physics model. You have to get accustomed to the physics model of BeamNG.drive and try to master the vehicles themselves. Yeah, and it's a test of which vehicle is put to good use. Yeah, once you use them properly, then you will be able to complete the missions. Anyways. In my opinion, the BeamNG.drive 0.38 update is actually amazing. Yeah, gone are the days of having to download a mining truck and heavy construction vehicles through mods. all we have to do now is wait for them to add a bulldozer and an excavator and a crane, and we have the whole shebang. Yeah, we already have a front loader, a dump truck, and a cement mixer for the Gavril T series. But we don't have a dedicated cement mixer, those, you know, those heavy machinery type cement mixers that you only see in city construction sites. But we still have a cement mixer nonetheless. So we just have to hope that they add in the whole shebang. And yeah, it is really fun to cause mayhem in a dumper. Oh man, gotta get the cops riled up. Yeah. So yeah, another excellent update. And it's fun to cause mayhem in a mining truck. Yeah, so this update definitely does give you something that I don't think happens in Grand Theft Auto that much, causing mayhem in a mining truck. Although I might have missed out on some bonus vehicles. And not even slopes can stop you. Oh man. So yeah, another excellent update, and this is me signing off. You know, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case I haven't already done so, and all that jazz. Catch you guys next time, and peace out!